We've got over 500 vehicle tests on this channel, and almost all of them have headlight tests, so if you want to see how the lights on your vehicle work, this is the right place to be. It's dark enough. We're going to take these headlights out in the dark, see how they perform, but first we're going to take a look at the thermal night vision system. That's the big prize here. So let's give you an example. Here we have the low beams on a wall 33 yards away. Very bright, good height, just above the bushes. And if we go down, we have the thermal vision turned on. We'll explain what we're looking at in just a minute. And here we have the brights on, very powerful. Very, very powerful. These are pretty good. If you're wondering what that little white dot is, that's the heads-up display in the windshield. I haven't been able to figure out how to turn this off yet. We'll get to it eventually. But that does not affect the night vision. So how does thermal vision work? Well, it works by attracting heat. The hotter, the whiter. The colder, the darker. And here we have this employee hosing down the sidewalk. Now, why would you want this on a motor vehicle? Well, the advantage here is you can see through fog, smog, smoke, and occasionally a dust storm. So if you live on the east and west coast where there's a lot of fog, or you find yourself in a dust storm, you can see other people even though they can't see you. Of course, that's the disadvantage. They can't see you, you can still get hit. Well, here you can drive around them or drive on an open road without running into a tree. And this technology is not cheap. A decent handheld unit is around $2,000 to get performance like this. And here you can see the white spots from the engine heat and the tire heat. Oopsie daisy, get back in focus. So is this practical in everyday use? That's open to debate. Like I said, it's for very special occasions. If you live where you might need those special occasions, you get some use out of this. Otherwise, it's an expensive toy to impress all your friends. If you're looking to have a motor vehicle that has all the options, this will top you off. This brings us to another cool feature. Instead of a typical rearview mirror that reflects glass, this is a rearview camera setup, giving a very wide view of what's in back of you. Definitely a nice thing to have. Gives a good view on the side too, so you don't have to keep looking at your left and right outside mirrors. And the high beams on these headlights definitely light up the highway. All those road signs down there. These are very, very strong headlights. And this is what the entire system will look like with the night vision when you're driving. Look up or look down. So let's go back to testing some other stuff on our night drive. So in addition to the rear view camera in our rear view mirror, which isn't really a mirror at the moment, go down, put the transmission in reverse, and here's what the camera system looks like. Far better resolution in person than what I have on my cheap handheld camera here. All kinds of different choices. Again, very nice resolution. But that's what we're paying for. And all the other controls below for the climate control and shifting and raising the suspension and choosing the drive mode. Very easy to see. And if you're four-wheeling at night, some nice graphics up on the gauge cluster to show you what's going on. The emergency flashers with the headlights on, because these are very, very bright headlights, they're slightly hard to see, but then the emergency lights are pretty bright too, so close range not a problem. And the view from the rear, license plate lights up pretty good. These side mirrors light up too. Definitely turn off the taillights. Now we can see an awful lot more. Wow, what an improvement in the front. Even though these are skinny lights, definitely high output. And that includes our night drive. If you do a lot of driving after hours, they'll definitely appreciate this Jeep Grand Cherokee. We have no complaints whatsoever with this performance tonight.